Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. My name is Kexman, and this is something slightly different. For those of you that haven't been following the channel, you know that I've been doing various different diaries, like a vlog of my journey heading to the gym, my journey of weight loss. And I asked on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Kexman, whether or not people would like a little video just kind of describing why I'm doing this. It's kind of come out of the blue a little bit, and this is kind of this is that video. I'll try and not make this too long, so we'll kind of effectively run down the three biggest things that I think kind of need to be addressed here. First, why I'm doing this, kind of why I'm doing it, how I got to this point. Number two, my reasons for doing this. Obviously those are, they are different, I feel. The why and the reasons are kind of, they do go hand in hand, but I think there's a different story to be told there. And number three, what I'm doing. This is completely off script. I haven't written anything. This is completely from the heart. I think it's time that I've been not necessarily I haven't been, I suppose, honest with myself to a certain degree. So I'm hoping that this is kind of going to give me a chance to kind of come to terms with that myself personally. So we'll start off firstly with kind of like the why, how I got myself into this situation. Basic thing I think is I haven't had the most healthy relationship with food and with myself. Part of that, for me, I've always been a bigger build. Quite a few of my family have been bigger builds. Like, I've got broad shoulders, I've got broad hips. I'm just a naturally broad guy, so obviously that doesn't help to kind of trying to look smaller, if that makes sense. The my relationship with food has not been a healthy one, and I think part of that stems from the fact that I have always been. It's always kind of like been my vice, my go-to. I don't smoke. I drink, but it's not a regular thing for me. If I'm out with friends, I'll drink. That's not a problem. At parties, I enjoy a drink, but it's never been a thing for me where it's like every day, or it's never been every weekend. It's never been that. Food, on the other hand, has been that. It's and it's gotten worse over the years. A combination of, I think, a combination of sort of like my own, get inside my own head. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to turn around and say to you that I have any mental health problems, because if I do, they haven't been diagnosed. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to self-diagnose. I never ever like doing that. But obviously dealing with dealing with feelings. Recently, over the past 12 months, I left my job to try and focus on doing stuff like content creation, casting, which I've had a fantastic opportunity to do and would love to do more. But sometimes, that doesn't happen, and I'm kind of sat there thinking, well, it's not quite got to the level that I want it to. So dealing with that, I had a relationship, a 7-year relationship ended. Which, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I played a part in the ending of that. I didn't do anything horrific, so don't worry about that. It was something else entirely. But I have, being honest with myself, there is something I could have done to potentially stop that from happening. So that has happened, and yeah, it's kind of been my fallback. It's kind of been what I have fallen back on, and to the point where, if days were getting really bad and I just wanted to kind of like forget about stuff, I would put Netflix on, or YouTube, or something along those sort of lines, and I would just order in. And again, this is me being brutally honest with myself, and it's upsetting and embarrassing for me to say this. There were days where I was ordering like £50 worth of McDonald's. Now, that's not weight wise for Americans. That's 50 British pounds. Which is probably about the equivalent of $75 worth. And I was, over a 24-hour period, I was eating that, and then I'd go to my local supermarket. It was not healthy in any way, shape, or form, and that's all on me. That's all on me, and my relationship with food has not been a healthy one over at least the last 10 years. So it was time I changed that. And moving on now to the kind of where that change came into, I actually believe it was it was a tweet from Alana Pierce. Now, if for those of you who don't know who Alana Pierce is, she is an incredible content creator. She currently works over at Santa Monica Studios for Sony, I believe, working on the next God of War game. She was a regular on IGN. She then moved to Funhouse. She's an incredible content creator. Somebody that I absolutely look up to as a as a, I suppose, just as a person in sort of like this space of the gaming / nerd world, I suppose. She was recovering from an accident, and she basically said, I haven't been able to exercise, I've put on weight. 2021, 2020 was a terrible year because of everything. This year we're going to level up in 2021. That was the whole idea. She put out a tweet saying that. This was at the start of the year, and it kind of, and this is sort of like how things have changed for me. She put that tweet out and she was talking about leveling up in 2021, and I saw that tweet and I was like, yes, absolutely, I'm going to do it. This is what's going to happen. And I think this was back in February of this year, February of 2021. And it's taken me until the start of August 2021 to finally kick myself into this groove. I've wanted to do it, and it's just about, and I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from this is change doesn't happen overnight. It never ever does. So if you are also on this journey, if something doesn't change overnight, don't be disappointed. If something doesn't change quickly, don't be put down. Keep doing what you are doing, because small changes add up. Even if it's little changes, if it's little changes every week, if you are doing those little changes, you're getting yourself into a better position, because that position is the position you yourself want to be in. So that would be my advice if something doesn't change. I've had to kind of deal with that. There's been a couple of days, especially the first 2 weeks, where I was like, I don't feel any different. And now all of a sudden, 4 weeks down the line, or close to 4 weeks, today is technically the last day of the 4th week that I've been going to the gym. Changes do happen, and when they start happening, they can happen pretty quickly. So yeah, I just want to take this opportunity. I don't even know if Alana's ever going to see this. But thank you. You were 100% the inspiration for this. Without that tweet, I probably wouldn't be in this position. And, you talking about it on Instagram, everything along those sort of lines. Thank you. It has massively helped me. And thank you to everybody else out there who has given me support, who has, effectively just kind of joined me on this journey and given me some, giving me some great backup. There are days when I'm not feeling too hot, but knowing the fact that there are people that are kind of watching this, that are egging me on, 100% massively helps me out. So that kind of covers like the why, and sort of the how of what's going on. I think honestly, for the longest thing, I was probably to blame for a lot of it. To be fair, I was to blame for all of it. It was all on me. Nobody was forcing me to live a sedentary lifestyle. Nobody was forcing me to eat the food that I was eating. It was all on me. So going on to the sort of like what I'm actually doing. So for those of you that have followed the video diaries, you know that I'm going to the gym every single night, 5 times a week. I'm doing sort of like a 15-minute warm up, sort of like on a bike, getting the heart rate up. And then I'm spending 30 minutes on treadmills doing cardio work. My favorite one to do at the moment, there's like a rolling hill simulator. So I'm constantly having to work as it goes up and down, and there's more incline. I'm doing a decent speed. I've already noticed I've gone up speeds over the past 4 weeks to a point now where, what would have been pretty much impossible for me to do for the entirety of the 30 minutes that I'm on that treadmill is now what I'm doing as my standard on the treadmill. And next week that's going to go up again. So the steps that I've made have been massive over the past 4 weeks. And then after I've done work on the treadmill, after I've done my cardio, then moves on to weights. 5 days, 5 different weight groups. So Monday is arms, then I'm doing legs on a Tuesday, I'm doing chest on a Wednesday, back and shoulders on a Thursday, and then tonight is Friday. It's going to be core work. So each one of those days there's different weights that are integrated into that. That's what I've been doing the past 4 weeks. Now, obviously, I understand that as the weeks go on, as I lose more weight, as my body gets used to it, I'm going to have to start changing things up, potentially doing more at the gym. That is something that I will cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm taking each day as it comes. There's a reason that I haven't really been posting any sort of like progress pictures or anything like that. I know some people that do this, they'll take a picture like day 1 and then day 73, and then you see all the difference. I'm kind of not doing that because I don't necessarily want to look back. I want to look forward. I don't want to have to keep referring back to something. And I know some people really like doing that, and if that's your thing, more power to you. But for me personally, I prefer to keep looking forward. I don't want to be really looking at any of that. Same reason kind of why I'm not looking at scales. The entire time I've doing this, I haven't been on scales. I stepped on scales like a week before I did my first day, and you know, I haven't stepped on scale since, because I'm not necessarily looking at, I don't look at numbers. I kind of want to look at how I feel, how clothes feel. Clothes are much baggier now. They're so much baggier. Having to wear belts with certain things, being able to wear certain things I couldn't previously, because I bought them and they were slightly too small. So that's a massive plus. People that I've seen, you know, my folks say that I'm doing really well. So again, they've been a massive help to me. They've been an incredible amount of help, both of my parents. So you know, it's made life so much easier. And to every single one of you that's also supported me, you know, just a huge thank you. I couldn't do this without you folks. That is the straight truth. Without your support, there's no way that I could be doing what I'm doing. So thank you. Obviously, Sunday is the day that the diaries go up, 6 p.m. GMT, or BST, I suppose. Now technically it'll be GMT in about a month and a half. So yeah, 6 p.m. is always when they go up on a Sunday. I'm looking at doing sort of like more videos similar to this, maybe some highlights from my streams and everything like that, here on the YouTube channel. So again, please like and subscribe for that. If you want to obviously find out more, please follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KexmanWCR, and also follow me on Twitter @Kexman. You get all the updates. You'll know when videos are going live. You know when I'm going live with streams. You know when I'm hosting and casting events. Don't miss out on those. But yeah, one final thank you to absolutely everybody that has reached out to me, that has spoken to me, that has liked my tweets. You've all been an incredible. You've honestly been an inspiration. Like I said, I couldn't do this without you. Without knowing that there are people that are watching these and actually, you know, watching the diaries and enjoying them and kind of seeing my journey. That helps me push through on the days that necessarily are a little bit difficult. But once again, thank you to each and every single one of you. You've been an incredible help, and I hope that you continue to join me on this journey, because we have only just got started, and it's yeah, it's going to continue for a long time. So make sure you don't miss out on any of the steps. My name has been Kexman. I'll catch you on Sunday.